Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I wanted to talk about Halo Wars Definitive Edition and why I really don't like this port. I made a video talking about this a couple years ago, but after reviewing a lot of the comments, I really needed to remake this video to help clarify my points a little bit more clearly. So I hope you watch the video and then post whether you agree or disagree in the comments down below, because I love to read what people have to say regarding this topic. So I'm going to start with why I like Halo Wars Definitive Edition. And there's not a lot of things to like about this game, but there are some really good points. First and foremost is that there's mod support, and this is such a awesome thing. The Halo Wars modding community does so many great things by adding new leaders, factions, abilities, new ways to play the game. These guys that are making mods for Halo Wars are the reason why I think that this game still sells really well on Steam. And I think it's one of the reasons why a lot of people still play this at all, is because the modding gives it so much more life. And I wanted to just celebrate the hard work that the modding community does, because they get really creative and the modding community is very active for this game. If you want to learn more about mods in Halo Wars, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I'm happy to send you some of my favorite mods, and I cover it on the channel too. There's a playlist if you want to see some of the mods that I cover. The game is also on PC, of course. It's on Steam, Xbox One, and Windows 10. It's also included in Game Pass, so I think that's great for people who are curious about the Halo Wars series, who have never played it, and aren't really willing to give up, $20 to buy a copy. They can play it for free with their Game Pass subscription, and I think that brings a lot of new people into the Halo Wars series, and that's great. Finally, I think this is the best way to play the campaign of Halo Wars. On the Xbox 360, of course, the game ran fine, but in today's day and age, we really love 60 FPS, we love high-res visuals, all those sorts of things. Halo Wars has that on the Definitive Edition, so I think the best way to play it is on Steam with a controller. I just think Halo Wars works so well still with a controller. Mouse and keyboard, of course, work fine on PC, but Halo Wars campaign is perfect in the Definitive Edition. Let's move on to some of the things that I don't like, and there's a lot that I don't like. Firstly, the performance on consoles is not very good. You may think that it is 60 FPS, and that's what it targets, but I did an analysis video, which I can post a link to in the description for you to check out. But even my Xbox One X struggles to hit 60 FPS on this game. And I really think that's unacceptable in today's day and age. For a last-gen game that got just a slightly visual improvement, it's not even a full remaster, it's just like a slight visual upgrade, of course. It doesn't hit 60 FPS all that often. In fact, when there's a big battle, it actually dips like all the way down into the 30s. And I just don't think that the Halo Wars combat is that demanding for a console as powerful as the Xbox One X. And I really think that they can improve that sort of performance, and that frame rate should be as high as possible. They also removed matchmaking entirely, and this is why I don't really recommend the game at all, and I think this is what really ruined what was great about Halo Wars 1. It's now just a big custom game lobby, so you find and search available and open lobbies for you to join, and then you pick your leaders, and then you start the match. And that's just not, it's not enjoyable at all. No one wants to just sit there in a lobby and wait for someone to join. I love the idea of what matchmaking used to be, which is what once you find a game and you load up a map, then you find out what your opponent's leaders are, not before the game starts. I think that kind of makes people not want to ready up in certain games based on a leader that your opponent has chosen. And if one person hasn't readied up, you can't start the match. It's ridiculous. There's also no crossplay at all on any of the three platforms. Each platform is isolated. If I play on Steam, I can't play with someone who has an Xbox. Why? If you buy Halo Wars, it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title. So if I buy it on Xbox, I automatically get the Windows 10 copy for free. But those two copies can't play with friends on either platform. It doesn't make any sense. Why? Halo Wars 2 has crossplay. Why can't Halo Wars 1? I don't know why they never added crossplay. I think it's really a requirement these days, but it just doesn't have it, and it makes no sense. And I think that's also why no one plays the game for multiplayer. Balance was also never touched, so Scorpions are still greater than Grizzlies, and this has been in the game for so long, I think it's kind of accepted in the community. But in my opinion, the Grizzly tank should be better than the Scorpion, but it's not in Halo Wars 1, and that was never addressed, not even in this Definitive Edition. There's also no real integration with Halo Waypoint, and this is something that Halo Wars 2 does, and Halo Wars 1 on the 360 even did this back in the day on HaloWars.com. You could look at your stats, see all these really cool things. Definitive Edition doesn't do that, and I think it should. I think when you take more out of the game and you don't replace it with something that gives you more value, it makes it worse of a value proposition for whoever's buying it. And I think that's the case of Halo Wars Definitive Edition. So, quickly, what are some of the ways to fix a lot of these issues, or I would say complaints? Because in reality, the game runs fine. And by fine means you can run and enjoy it. I would fix the performance issues, especially on the Xbox One X. This game should be at 60 FPS all the time, but it's not. You should also bring crossplay to this. At the bare minimum, make it Xbox One and Windows 10. I'd love to see Steam added there because it looks like that's the most popular platform for people to play on. Or at least add matchmaking to those three platforms if you're not going to add crossplay. And that makes it a lot easier for people to find matches. Lower the price of the game, maybe. I don't know if it's $20 on all three platforms, but it is on Steam. And I would actually argue to lower that all the way down to $10. I don't think anyone in 2020 is going to buy an Xbox just for Halo Wars Definitive Edition. They're probably going to pick it up on a sale, or they're only going to play it on Game Pass. And I think the only reason why people buy it on Steam is because it's on Steam and the mods work so well. And it goes on sale quite often on Steam too. I've seen it go all the way down to, I believe, $7.99 was the lowest price I saw. So maybe give it away for a Games with Gold 1 month. You're not going to be losing all that much money because Microsoft owns the game to begin with. And second of all, not a lot of people are buying it. So giving away for free, I think will bring a lot of new players into Halo Wars, and hopefully bring a little bit more of a voice to some of these problems. That's all I have for this video to talk about my complaints with Halo Wars Definitive Edition. I will say I still recommend this game. If someone tells me, hey, how should I play Halo Wars 1? I'm going to say Halo Wars Definitive Edition. But that's just because that the remaster and the improvements that we get to the visuals and the frame rates is so good that it makes playing the campaign so enjoyable. And the mod support, again, is fantastic in this. I highly recommend that you download some mods and try it out. It's incredibly easy to set up on Steam and Windows 10. Of course, mods don't work on Xbox One. And I would love to see them make some improvements to crossplay and matchmaking. Hopefully one day, but not yet. Post your thoughts in the comments down below. I love to hear what you have to think on this topic and how much you love Halo Wars. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.